Hi, my name is Monica, and today I'll be answering the second question for the RDI certification program essay questions, which is describe the autism culture in your area and how you feel about it. How do you see yourself contributing to that culture? So I live in Mississauga, Ontario in Canada. And in general, I think that the autism culture here is very positive. I do volunteer work with Seva Food Bank. And even though they're a food bank, they do a lot of other work in a lot of different humanitarian kind of areas. One of the things that Seva Food Bank contributes to is autism awareness. They have a lot of clients who use their food bank who are on the autism spectrum or who are caretakers of someone who is on the autism spectrum. And one of their goals is to make the community more accessible for autistic people, which is something that I support and something that I'm getting increasingly more involved in. And so I'm able to kind of get a foot in the door into the autism culture through Seva and through working with them and through working with different autistic people and their families with Seva Food Bank. One of the projects that I hope to be working on, if they accept me, is an 8-year-old boy who's autistic in the community is going to be painting a mural for autism awareness, and it's going to be a bridge. The bridge is meant to represent bridging the gap between different states of being, between different neurotypes, between different ideologies, essentially between autistic people and everyone else, allistic people, to show that, even though there's differences, everyone can still get along, essentially. Okay, I think I'm making it way more simple. I don't think I'm explaining it well. But the point is that this boy is going to be painting this mural, and I want to be involved on the project because it's something that I'm passionate about. As I mentioned, I do have families who were discovered to be autistic, and one of the ways that I want to get involved is to be able to make sure that the mural is both accessible and respectful for autistic people, but it won't just be myself who is going to be responsible for that. I want to get my family members involved as well, because I do strongly believe in the saying, nothing for us without us. I think that it's very important for autistic people to be involved in the way that they're represented. And I think that generally in my community, I think they are, and I think that's a very positive thing. But in general, it's not perfect. People could still learn a little bit more about autism and the different ways that it presents and the different support needs that people might have. I think that the autism community where I live, there's a general belief around autism that the spectrum goes from least autistic to most autistic, which we know isn't, that's not a good depiction of how it really is in reality. And so I'm hoping that I can contribute to the culture by informing people and by being a positive voice and a positive representation. And but I do think that already it's pretty good compared to most places. For example, I have a lot of adult friends that are neurodivergent, and I do have autistic friends as well. And in general, they find that the community is warm and welcoming, and that a lot of them feel that they don't have to heavily mask so much necessarily. In my first essay question, I talked more about how ever since the pandemic, the general public has gotten more access to different presentations of autism because more people have been found to be autistic during the pandemic when everyone was staying home. And so in general, I think the culture is very positive and it's moving in a good direction, and I want to help push it forward in a more positive direction as much as I possibly can.